Live on Vimeo, Facebook, and the YouTubes.
All right, cool. Welcome to Guy Justin's Reinventing the Tattoo community, a place for tattooers, apprentices, and collectors to unite under all things tattoo. We encourage that you join in these live stream events and real world events where we offer a new option with connecting with each other for the better. From developing your art skills to getting down to the technical with your skills surrounded by like minded peers, you can see us beaming out with events every day from live tattooing to drawing groups and one on one classes. I want to thank everyone joining in from YouTube, Facebook, or Vimeo, and a shout out to anyone listening via podcast. Our event schedule and notifications can be found on the Reinventing the Tattoo Apple or Google Play stores, or directly online at community.reinventing the tattoo or reinventingthetattoo.com. All these episodes can be found on demand in the folder section. If you can hear us, be sure to tag a friend who may benefit from this experience and knowledge as well as yourself. We here at Reinventing the Tattoo are beaming out to 5 channels 24/7. If you go to Reinventing 247, you can enter to win a free goodie bag that has some gifts from Raw, Cheyenne, and Dallas Pro. For those who don't know, we have several shows, including this one. We have Sunday at 1 p.m. with Jason Leeser. That is his drawing group. Sunday at 9 p.m. is the Tattoo Weekly Show with Gabe Ripley, Lauren, and Jake Meeks of Fireside. Monday morning at 9 a.m., we are here. This is the Reinventing the Tattoo Drawing Group with Kier Franklin, which is myself. 9 p.m. Mondays are the one-on-one drawing groups with Guy Atchison. You do have to be a subscriber to join into these events, but I'm telling you, you are not missing out. Sorry, Tuesday at 10 a.m. with Ricardo Sertivant. That is his drawing group. He talks a lot about different compositions and how you can see things in a very Pantily manner. Wednesdays at noon is the Tattoo Now show. Thursdays at 10 a.m. is the Thursday Morning Fundamentals with myself again. Then at Thursdays at noon is the Tattoo Collecting Podcast with Fawn Baker and Jordan Rucas. They have some awesome guests that hop on at times. And more content from Andre Malcolm to BJ Butts at courses.reinventingthetattoo.com. Thank you for making this free. We have to thank our sponsors, of course, worldtattooevents.com or updated tattoo events around the globe, especially with COVID going on and the numbers are going back up. Things are going to be flip-flopping all over the place for God knows how long. Let's see. We have to thank Raw Pigments. Thank you to Lauren Gregory. RawPigments.co is an acrylic-free vegan pigment company, and they are absolutely amazing. Goes in right like butter, and they're as pigmented as they look in the bottles. We have Dermalize Pro or dermalizepro.com, helping tattoo clients around the globe. Of course, Gabe Ripley at tattoonow.com. He has been doing this for 25 years, from making websites for artists to connecting artists with others and all of that goodness. And of course, we have to thank Guy Atchison himself at guyatchison.com. From paintings to prints to machines to books, he has it all. Go to check that out. It'd be a great gift to another artist if that's what you're looking for. And of course, thank you to our affiliates at ecofriendlytattoosupplies.com, Apprenticeship Diaries, and Fireside Tattoos. We got real world events that are going on. We have next May is the Hell City Tattoo event.
Oh, you're not skipping by the February event, are you?
No, that I was going to do that last. Gosh, I could.
Well, it's not. That's the first one in order.
Oh, that is true. Okay, fine. All right, we got we got this epic event happening, everybody. Let me get to the top of the schedule here. And screen share it. We have the Red Tree True Tubes streaming worldwide. Does not say exactly where it is going to be. Gabe, isn't it Ohio? I'm pretty positive.
This is so it's the Registry / True Tubes warehouse in Columbus, Ohio. Dirk Morrison's new fantastic venue.
So if you go to reinventingthetattoo.com/live, you can check out all the guests that are going to be there, the scheduling, purchase tickets ahead of time, all of that fun stuff here. We also have our good friend Nick Mitchell hopping on here with us. We have lots of seminars lined up for everybody. It's going to be very, very, very amazing to see all the artists communicating with each other again, working with each other. I personally cannot wait. We got Character 101. We got Bob Tyrell tattooing a skull. We got panels. We got drawing jams. We got goodie bags. What can you miss from this? You know, there's so much stuff going on in here.
And
So
you can also beam in. So each ticket will be either for in-person or virtual. So if people want to stay home but still enjoy, and we've been beaming these events out for, well, forever. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And so once again, go to reinventingthetattoo.com/live to check out this amazing event that's going to be in Columbus, Ohio. Shout out to True Tubes as well. Amazing company. But feel free to check that out. That's going to be so much fun for everybody. And I can't wait to see everybody there. And continuing on, so we have next May Hell City, next July is River City Tattoo Invitational, and next October is our next Paradise Tattoo Gathering that we do not want to miss whatsoever. I cannot personally wait for that. Last year felt like a dream, so I cannot wait for this year. If you'd like to host, go to management@reinventingthetattoo.com. We're always looking for new hosts, people to always do their own events, talk about the knowledge that they know, and all that fun stuff. And last but not least, if you are trying to hop on here to the Reinventing the Tattoo Zoom right now, what you got to do is get to my thing and screen share here. So you go to reinventingthetattoo.com. You're going to end up on this front page here, and you go to watch upcoming events. And should be this big calendar. You go to the date that is today. This is our Reinventing the Drawing Group Early Bird Mondays with Kier. That is myself. All you got to do is hit artist zoom in, and we'll let you right in. It's that simple. So feel free to hop on.
I was going to say, you could also click the copy to my calendar so that you can get reminders straight from your Google Calendar.
Which is even better. Absolutely. So feel free to hop on. Feel free to hang out. In the meantime, while everybody is hanging out today, we are going to just chill and hang out and talk about our New Year's and what we did. My New Year's was pretty low key with everything going on. Kind of stay low key. Numbers are going back up, so I didn't really do much. Light dinner. I wanted to go to sleep by 9:00. Felt like a real adult. Yeah, absolutely. Gabe, how was your New Year's?
Oh, sorry, give me a second.
No worries, no worries.
Oh, it's on my way too, so I don't look dark. It was good. I actually this year stayed up until midnight, which was crazy. Generally, I will crash out a little bit early, but my daughter was home for a couple of weeks, so that was great and motivation to stay up extra late.
Yeah.
But then I was probably asleep by 5 after 12.
No, yeah, you don't wait long after the bell is rung for you to be like, all right, yep, that's the time. I'm gonna go to bed now.
Well, and then I was up again probably 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, walking around on my phone, and I'm like, wait, you probably should not be texting people fucking January 1st before fucking 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like we have Lou Gomez, or yep, I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing your name correctly. You are on mute if you are trying to chat with us, but thank you so much for joining on. I saw you yesterday on Jason's thing, so it's really glad that you joined on this one too.
You're muted though, Lou. Can't hear you.
How's that?
Go. Yeah.
All right. This is my second time using Zoom, so bear with me.
That's okay. If you should have seen me a year ago, I had no idea what I was doing.
Yesterday was the first time, and that was on my iPad. This is on my phone, so learning curve.
No, absolutely. What do you got working on today?
This is a piece for one of my clients, filling in the backside of his arm. I'm doing a Saint Gabriel kind of flying through the air. I had something drawn up and I actually lost I lost 15 of my Procreate files that
Oh,
built
I
up.
went through that. I know exactly how that feels.
So now I'm saving everything manually as I work on them. It's so much easier. So I got to redraw this whole thing.
Yeah, that's a struggle. I went through that with one of my iPads. The iPad I had before this one would just kept shutting on and off like on its own,
Yeah.
and I ended up losing all of my Procreate files that I had, and I had to re-download it because I didn't attach anything to a cloud because, like, you know, young mistakes, novice decisions.
I had it to automatically back up to the cloud, and I even have like extra storage that I buy. But when I researched it, you have to completely wipe out your iPad to factory to restore from the cloud. And I wasn't prepared
Oh,
to do that. I really didn't trust it.
yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it's always something special when you have to now get in Zen mode about losing all of your work.
Honestly, this might sound like BS, but I look at it as a new opportunity to redraw this. It was a good drawing that I had before, but I think I can do it better this
Oh,
time.
see, that's an amazing mentality to have. Like any other person would have been like, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna reschedule them. It's fine, whatever. Like, I'm just gonna draw it graphite style again. Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I understand that fully. When I lost all of my pieces, at this point, I definitely don't even remember what I had on there, but I thought of it same way. I was like, you know what, this is starting fresh. Like maybe it was meant to be, just wipe clean, whatever. It's fine. And thank God at the time I was not tattooing, so I learned that lesson pre-tattooing style.
I've, uh, I've always kind of been that way with my drawings or paintings. I've had friends freak out when they see me crumple something up and throw it in the trash. They're like, "What are you doing? That was a good drawing." It's now I could do it better.
Yeah.
That would. It's an iterative process. And hopefully, for your entire life, it is. So,
Yeah, is it almost a detachment to your work?
not so much a detachment. It's a big picture view where every time I'm drawing something, even though it's coming out really good, I know it's just a step to where I'm going to be 5 years from now.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's not something I need to latch onto and say, "Oh, I've made it. I can stop learning now."
Yeah.
That's why it's easy for me. I've given away probably as many paintings as I've sold, just because I'm sick of looking at it, and a friend shows interest in it. I'm like, you know what? Take it home. I'm sick of looking at it.
Yeah, no, I'm the same exact way. After I'm done with any painting, I'm like, I don't even really want to sell it. I just, I know somebody would really enjoy this, and I think I'm just gonna, here you go, man. Like but if somebody asks you to like, oh, how much would you have that painting for, or how much would you sell it for? I just have no idea. It's like I don't know, just take it, honestly.
Yeah.
So the life of the artist, though, if I could make a living by charging people for free, then I would.
I think you're doing the right job when even if you wouldn't get paid for it, you'd still do it.
Oh,
And that's,
absolutely.
that's this job
Yeah.
for me for sure.
Charging people to me is the most uncomfortable part of the whole process.
Every job I've worked at, I've gotten criticism for not charging enough,
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
doing too much.
you should have a great support team, or at least somebody that does the billing for you. I mean, sorry, it's somewhat of a pet peeve of mine, but if you don't have one, then you have to flip the switch. Because like, oh shit, I think is my camera not on, or I don't know. Oh
Your
no, it's not.
camera is not on, but
I'm
I
just
can hear you.
a voice. So
Yeah, that's about it.
like what kind of look like, nobody else that charges over 100 an hour necessarily is like doing their own billing, especially in an artistic scenario. Like, it's not like it's your lawyer who's like, oh yeah, by the way, here's your bill for $500 for the hour and a half that we spent with you. It's you get the bill by somebody else that gives it to you. So I think that and in fact, sometimes as a consultant, I can go in and help somebody, help a shop like raise like thousands of dollars, and artists make it, simply by responsible billing, frankly, or even not even responsible, billing what is the expectations that are set. And you know, you could always give, and you always want to give clients a good deal and whatnot. Um, and you know, and you don't have to be ruthless. And if your motivation is money, you should have gotten into banking, you know. But on the other hand, if you're $150 an hour and you work on somebody for 4 hours a day, you know, that is a price that there's no reason for you to necessarily go down on. And again, if it's way easier if there's somebody that's in the front that's like, okay, you know, $1,000.
Yeah,
You know?
it's definitely that. See, that's the toughest part is that you have such a fun day with somebody. You're like, oh, you were such
Sure.
a rad client, and then afterwards, you still have to be like, all right, my full day rate is.
I felt like I should be paying my customer. I feel like I had more fun than they did. You know,
Yeah.
what I've done recently in the last, it was over the course of the last 2 years, I kind of gradually worked into this, rather than charging by the hour, charging flat rate session times.
Yeah.
I've kind of, they've got kind of a vague time limit on them. You know, it's not like the small rate. Once we hit 3 hours, I don't shut it down. You know, I give it a good little buffer. I find that so much easier because before we even start, we both know what the day is going to cost. And it's also an
Yeah.
option.
Oh yeah, that's how my boss does it for sure.
Yeah. And I find that way easier because I don't have to do the math and then figure in breaks and all this stuff into my hourly rate. It's just, you know what, for this amount of hours of us being together today, it's this much. And they're fine, I'm fine. And it's now we're not worried about the clock. We're not worried about the meter running or anything. We can just work.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. Looks like we have our good friend Melissa Sink on here. Hi, Melissa. I see you working on your little octopus drawings here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, darling. What do you got going on? I love it.
So this is more shop swag stuff. Years ago, I did this little sketch of this angry little goldfish, and had clients that loved it, but I couldn't really like the website I went through for the prints and stuff. It wasn't very feasible for like drop shipping and stuff, and so I kind of just canned the idea. And this is way before I had the iPad and whatnot. So it was clunky and weird and everything else. And so now I'm just kind of like bringing him back. And I actually just worked on a client last night who loved Grumpy Fish. And I told her he was coming back. She's like, let me know. Just let me know when he's ready. So I have this octopus cartoon character mascot type thing that I started years ago. And I'm kind of just building him now and really getting into like stories and things like that. So today he's painting Grumpy Fish.
Oh, that's awesome. I saw you did a little octopus sticker that I thought was amazing. So,
Thank
heck yeah
you.
for the sea creatures, Melissa.
Well, I
That's
kind of have
awesome.
a
How was
fitting
your New
last name.
Year's?
It was good. Small gathering, very small. Yeah, it was good. Just BSing with some people that I knew and rang in the new year, had some shots, you know.
You stayed up the whole time? Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I have a
Uh,
I cannot do
I
that
was
now.
up until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
I went out and saw some live music, but even seeing that live music, I was sitting there at 9:30 at the table yawning every 3 seconds. And now that, now that I'm really in the art industry and in the tattooing industry, I do you ever do the thing where you're going into an environment and you don't have your drawing gear with you and you sit down and you're like, wow, this is a beautiful composition around me and I don't have anything to draw it on.
Yeah, yeah. I actually had some really cool art conversations. That one of the few times I didn't bring my iPad with me and I saw people there with like iPads all over the place. I'm like, what the heck? This is not
Yeah.
conducive to the, there's a there's a few artists in the grouping that I was in, but not many, so I wasn't expecting it. But I wound up talking to them about art for probably like 2-3 hours.
Oh, that's awesome, Melissa. Those are
Yeah.
the best conversations. Honestly, that's how I felt when I went to the Paradise BYOB in October. Like I'd spend all day talking about art and then go to sleep and wake up and just start talking about art immediately as I got there. I was like, this is amazing. Through my apprenticeship, I've been consuming all of this information and now I get to talk about it free reign.
Right?
So absolutely. Yeah, those are the best conversations. But my shop has been trying to teach me to actually go out and have fun and communicate with people and not bring my drawing stuff with me. So I had gone to a couple places and I would bring my iPad with me, but I didn't because I could hear my entire shop in my head like, come on, you're supposed to go have fun and socialize, and you can't always just be a hermit. And so I was like, fine, I won't bring it. And then as soon as I sit down, I was like, wow, this is really pretty around me. Like, oh man, I should have brought it. But usually at that point, I would just draw on a napkin, call it a day.
Right.
Ask the waitress for a pen. But yeah, absolutely. That's so. I'm grateful that everybody had such a fun time for their New Year. Seems like everybody had pretty relaxing time. With everything going on, it's kind of hard to go out and do things.
Right. Like I'm very, very reserved as to when I go out, how many people, all the risks. I'm just like, I think it'd probably been 4 or 5 months since I'd gone out.
Doesn't it feel weird?
Yeah, at first. Like I said, it's one of those. I'm a bit more compromised immunologically, so I have to really weigh the possibilities before I make a decision.
Are the are the numbers bad where you are, Melissa? You're in Oregon, correct?
Correct. The numbers aren't awful, but it's still one of those. It's like I don't consider the numbers to be the risk, because it's basically wherever. But it's who I'm associating with. Can I get away from that? Can I avoid direct, like, do I have to be right next to somebody? What are my options as far as public use spaces, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And Lou, where were you from?
I'm from Massachusetts
Oh
currently.
shit. Where in Massachusetts?
I'm in South Shore. The shop I work at is called Mass Inc. It's in East Bridgewater.
Oh, okay. I work out of Wanderlust Tattoo Studios in Amherst, Mass.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Well, all right. That's awesome. Okay, that took me for a spin. That was awesome.
We're bound to have a lot more East Coast people at this hour in the morning because it's still like 7 o'clock everywhere else. Or
I don't know. Melissa's pretty. She's an animal. Melissa, what time is it for you again? What is it, like 6 a.m.?
It is 6 a.m.
Yeah. An animal. I was still so shocked that the day after the drunk critique happened, you still showed up, and I was like, wow. Because I remember checking in the drunk critique at I don't even know what time it was. It was like almost 1 a.m, and you were there, like full blown there, and I was like, oh my god. First of all, saw your face for the first time. Oh my gosh. I was like, wait a minute.
You saw nothing. It's okay.
And second of all, I was shocked that you showed up again like 3 hours later at mine. Probably got no sleep. My goodness.
Oh, I got sleep. It's just my hubby, he gets up early. He drives truck. So he was up at like 3:30 in the morning.
Oh,
That's
so you were like, oh, I'll
his
just get up.
normal. Sometimes he wakes me up. He's not very good at the being quiet. And we are on completely opposite sleep schedules, so it can be a little frustrating at times.
Oh, okay. I get
But
that. I cannot sleep with anybody else in my space because I'll wake up so fast.
I'm usually really good about being quiet. He's not.
Mm,
And I was,
yeah.
oh, thanks, honey.
Did you try those? You know, what I'm gonna ask you. Did you try those heavy body acrylics, Melissa?
I have not yet because I
Oh,
have been trying to get things prepared for convention. I've got Evergreen in March, and so I'm trying to get like shop swag and all this other stuff printed up and ready to go. Hence all the heavy into the art stuff for the shop lately. I was getting my banners done and um, doing all of that stuff. It's my first convention, and it's a massive convention. It's amazing. So I'm super stoked about it, but I'm also super nervous.
congrats! Congrats
Thank
on your
you.
first convention. Very excited for you. I guess that passes. That's a pass, I guess. That's fine. I've just been waiting every week. I'm like, oh my god, has she tried those heavy body acrylics yet? Oh god, they're so good.
Right.
I hope she does so I can talk about it. I'm waiting, Melissa. Even if it's a mini canvas, just try them out, you know?
I will probably try them out when I go to try palette painting.
Okay.
Just like with the palette knives. Um, because essentially that's why I kind of wanted to do it.
Mhm.
Because I like the acrylics I work with right now, but they don't have the same thickness as an oil paint does. And oil takes a long time to dry if you're not mixing it with like a liquid or a gel medium. Um, so ultimately I chose the heavy body to try out with the palette painting, just because I know it'll dry a lot quicker.
I'm not gonna peer pressure you. But all I'm saying is that you should try those out as soon as possible so that my
Right.
chest can feel like not as palpitating as it does.
We'll get you feeling a little more complete. How's that?
Yes. And it was like
Oh.
when, shout out to Renee Little, it was like when I at the Paradise BYOB when I showed Renee Little this color that I had found how to make, and I was like all weekend I was like, Renee, I gotta find the time to show you this color. Like every single day I was like, Renee, I gotta do it. And she was like, all right, like let's do it. Not right now, but later. I swear to God, I'm gonna do it. And so it's not just you, Melissa. You know, I get very excited to show people things and talk about things that I use.
I'm one of
Don't
those
mind
ones
me.
that I'll buy something and then I'll wait like a few months. Sometimes I'll wait a year before I try it.
Oh
It's just one of those
God,
weird
what?
things. Yeah, I have it, but I have to find the right project to use it on.
Oh, you're so patient. I envy your patience. As soon as I get in the car from Michael's, I'm like ripping it open and like smelling it, touching it, like, wow, this is so cool. Like a child. I mean, Melissa, you saw me almost destroy my painting with that black 3.0
Right.
because I didn't want to test it out. I was like, no, straight to this canvas I've been working so hard on. No testers, I know. It's just a painting. Whatever. I can
Right.
fix it.
There's nothing
It's
wrong.
fine.
It's just a painting.
What's it gonna happen? What's gonna happen is I'm gonna ruin it, and then what? I just gesso right over it. I guess I'm starting over. Learned that lesson, didn't we? Gosh, your patience is insane. I can't imagine. I want to see what it's like to like watch you tattoo, and I want to see your Zen face. Everybody has a tattoo face. I gotta see yours.
Oh my
Melissa.
gosh. So I probably did yesterday. I finally got to work on a piece that I have waited 3 years to actually color in. um, she had it's like every time we scheduled something after all the pandemic stuff started, something got in the way. She was either transporting COVID people, or she was, or she had it, or her guy had it. And so like we've had to reschedule it 4 or 5 times throughout the last 2 years, and she'd waited like a year since we had lined it out. And so I come back into this piece yesterday, and I kid you not, it was somewhere around 100 or more scales that I had to color in, and these tiny little rope details and stuff. And it was methodical. I was just cruising along through it, just like, yeah, let's roll through this. But it was nice getting back into it and getting it done. You know, her daughter all this time had been like coloring it in and making it cute and all this other stuff. It was adorable.
So let me open the floor to a question then for everybody,
Mhm.
because I'm not there yet, so I don't know. But this is for those that don't know, I'm approaching. Well, this month would be my first full year of tattooing. So, question: when you have a piece, right, that you're started, be it back piece, sleeve, or whatever, and they leave for like 5 years and come back, clearly your skills have changed within that 5 years. Do you go back into what you had started, or do you just continue what was and was like, I will go as is? Because clearly with any painting that I do, if it's been like more than a year and a half even, I'm like, wow, I would have done this painting completely different. So I'd imagine it's the
Right.
same feeling in tattooing. So how do you guys, delegate that type of situation depending on what it is?
So ladies first, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Melissa's like, I gotta think about this.
So it really depends on what you started on them, in my mind. I tend to do a lot of kind of painterly type stuff. So with that process, I start with a light sketch anyway and kind of block things in. I don't do the whole laser printer thing where I finish each area as I go. So if I get that phase done and everything's just kind of blocked in, and then I don't see him for 5 years, I just continue from there, because all that is just my underpainting anyway.
Yeah.
Now, if it's something that's got an outline, if I'm doing a more illustrative piece and I've done that, maybe got my blacks in there, I'm gonna finish the piece first anyway. Probably let everything settle in and then take a look at it and see if the old stuff needs a freshening up. That's how I approach it.
Good answer. Good
So-
answer.
It depends on what it is, for one. Because sometimes I'll get a piece half done and then I don't see them for a bit. And then they come in and I'm like, oh man, I need to like add all this new stuff, but I also need to go back here and freshen this up because my art's totally evolved. And so what I will do is when they come back in, I actually set up multiple appointments. When they message and initiate that they want to start coming back in, I'm like, all right, Holmes, I am not waiting 5 more years or even 2 more years before we get into, because we'll do a new section and then I have to like bring everything up to par. Generally speaking, if it's, I hate letting line work sit for a while, just because over time it changes massively if you don't have the rest of the pigments up next to it. And so it's frustrating in that regard because, you're like, oh, well, I should have just gray lined this at this time, but at that time I was in a different art phase. So sometimes it can be a little frustrating in that end because you're having to change how you would have done it with that new knowledge. So to answer the question, it's really dependent on the piece. And I'm one of those ones that I finish a whole section before I jump into something else, or like if I have the colors out for that section, I'll do that whole bit before I jump into the next bit. So it can be frustrating. I try to get people in at least once every 3 to 4 months if they're one of those ones that's like, I can't do this monthly, or I can't do this every other month. It's rare that I have a piece that I have to work on years and years and years down the line, because at this point, my rates change if they're not coming in. And so most of the time they want to finish what's on the table first before their rates change with me.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple. So the artists that I work with are all black and gray artists. So I guess it's a little easier for them to go into it unless they have like, you know, all of a sudden learned line weight or something like that, and the tattoo is completely different or whatever. But obviously they've been doing it for 20 years or so, so they know well of what's going to be happening and, you know, who's going to be coming in and what they're going to be doing. But I was just curious because, you know, tattooing to me is just another medium. So you're going to have the same mindset as an artist with any medium, really. So
Right.
I just was like, what happens? And do you look at the tattoo and go, man, why did you do that?
Another way I handle that too, maybe the way I word it is wrong because it freaks out some artists that I work with, but I tell my clients my work's guaranteed for life. And what that means is 5 or 10 years down the road, you know, if they want that piece kind of freshened up a little bit, I have them come back in. I usually don't charge for it, depending on, you know, if they don't want to add anything to it, because I look at it as an example or an opportunity to put in anything new that I've learned. And I've already been paid for the tattoo, you know, the first time around. So it's not a money thing. It's more about me just updating my work that's out there that's still advertising for me. So giving it a fresh coat or, you know, adding in some new tricks, boosting contrast, whatever I need to do. I look at that as payment. You know, now I got a fresh piece out there. If that makes any sense.
I used to do that. However, what I found it does tend to lead to is clients will come in not actually needing any additional anything done to it. And they just come in because they think it should.
Yeah.
With like tiny pieces, it can get really frustrating because at that point you're just wasting your supplies, your energy, your time, and they don't really understand that it's not a necessary thing. Whereas at this point, I charge basically just like a setup fee to do it. And if it's a big piece, then I'll do like a third of my time as far as cost goes beyond like 2 hours. So they pay for the setup, they get 2 hours, and then they get like a third of the time that it would be if it were a fresh piece. I do have a lot of long-term clients though, that like if I'm in there on a new piece and they're like, hey, can you touch this up? I don't charge them a thing for it.
Right.
And that's one of those things like, hey, I'm already here. I'm already set up. It's no big deal. It'll take me like 20 minutes, maybe an hour to touch something up. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. I haven't had anyone really take advantage of it. And every time someone has contacted me about an old tattoo, I bring them in, and as we're doing whatever I'm doing to it, they tell me about the next project they want to do. So it might have been 5 or 6 years since I've seen them. I'm doing this on them. They're like, you know, can we start working up the other side of the leg or something?
Right.
It's so far, and I've been doing this 18 years now, I haven't really had anyone take advantage of it.
I have. It's one of those things. It could be a coast thing, you know. I'm a West Coast,
Yeah.
so but it also could be just the type of clientele that I had starting out versus the type of clientele I have now.
Sure.
Absolutely. It looks like we got 2 people that just hopped on. We have the man, the myth, the legend. We have Ricardo Sturdivant.
What's up, Ricardo?
What up, Musa? How's it going, guys?
It's going good.
What's up, Lou? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Not too bad. Cheers. Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just getting a late
Hi,
start
Ken.
today. Sorry about that.
Hey, it's all good.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'll try to get a better camera angle here. to shut off this overhead light, I think.
I froze a little bit. Don't X-nay that. So and we had Ricardo on here, but we also have a Vincent on here. If you want to say hello. Good morning, Vincent. You're
Good
working on
morning.
rad ass painting.
Thanks.
Where are you beaming out from?
I'm sorry.
Where are you painting from? Like where are you from?
I'm from Baltimore, but I'm in Los Angeles. I moved out to California about a little more than 3 months ago.
Oh, nice. How's
Which is
the weather
more-
treating you?
Oh, it's better here than Maryland. My mom sent me a video this morning. It's snowing there.
I know the feeling, dude. Oh man.
But it's still
You don't
snowing.
like the snow? Nobody
still cold
likes the
here, though.
snow.
No.
I
No.
love
You
the
love
snow.
the
Pain of my
snow?
existence.
Come on, guys.
I love the
Oh,
snow.
no.
But I am enjoying
Avoid-
the Cali weather.
I avoid driving in the snow at all costs. I hate the stuff. I'd rather drive in ice with studs on. At least I know that I'm gonna slide somewhere.
What?
If snow moves, ice doesn't.
Come on. Maybe I'm the only one that has love for the snow.
Dude, I think it is,
It's
Kier,
very
because
warm here for a while.
oh
To be
man,
fair,
dude,
though,
it's terrible.
So to be fair, in Oregon, it will ice, and then it will snow, and then it will ice again. So it's when you add the snow in there that it becomes more dangerous.
I mean, we all know it's dangerous.
Yeah, but snow
That doesn't
squishes
mean
and
that
moves
it's, like,
around.
It's not pretty. It sounds very crunchy. It's like the best sound on
Yep.
the planet. And you can make snowman.
Dude, come on. No.
You've never made like an igloo with your friends, Melissa?
Oh, not when your joints say that they hurt because they're too cold.
Exactly.
Make a little hut.
But the only thing I like about
Oh,
cold weather is hot
man.
cocoa.
That's fine, guys. I'll be in my snowsuit by myself.
Pretty much.
See, I'm not a fan of hot cocoa, so I think that's where we differ.
Oh, what is
Melissa.
up with that? Killing me.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It's a lot colder in
Well,
California
yeah,
than I
that
would have
is very
thought,
cold.
though.
And you know what? Unless you put like super creamer in there, then you know what? I'll drink it. It's delicious. Vodka straight up.
California is cold.
Yeah, is it not like 85 degrees dry heat right now?
No, it's not at all.
Oh,
When I moved here, I didn't bring any pants. I
Is
thought
it-
it was
I
going
went
to
to
be,
California. I went to.
California dreaming. It's like
Is it
60
cold?
degrees. It's
How's
like
it
55,
right
60
now?
degrees. It's also 6:30 in the morning. Or
Oh, it's
whatever.
not. Okay.
Oof. No, thank you.
That's like,
I'm good.
50 degrees is warmer than we are here in Oregon.
yeah, I mean, but 65 degrees really isn't that bad, That's like t-shirt, maybe some
No,
no t-shirt
Oh,
at 65. You know
65.
Oh
what?
yeah. 65 is
Guys.
t-shirt and flip flops.
I'm
Exactly. Yeah, like even 45,
Oh,
even 45 or 50, you're like, dude, shorts, t-shirt, no
My
problem.
adaptation to the cold, I guess, is beyond me. Yeah.
60s, I'm in a hoodie.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can almost go play volleyball with some friends on 45 degrees. I just started wearing a winter coat like yesterday.
Ugh.
Man, dude, it's terrible. It's like 4 degrees here today.
Yikes.
My usual winter attire is this sweatshirt and one scarf and call it a day.
Ugh, nope.
Oh, yum. With that wonderful wind that you guys have over there. Well, this is great. We got a full crew today. Everybody's working on stuff. Everything looks
Oh,
fantastic.
I was being optimistic. It's 31 here.
I
That's
cannot
definitely some
spotlight
springtime
this
kind of
thing
shit right there,
if
man.
Dave can hear me.
Needless to say, I thought
We can
that
go around
Callie
the
was
room
going
and
to be
show off
warm.
what we're working on today.
Yeah.
Melissa, are you? I don't know. Maybe.
Huh?
A little bit of
There we
lag.
go. Possibly.
Yeah, some lag.
Yeah, some lag.
Oh, so it could snow.
What?
That's springtime.
Yeah, there's definitely a lag.
Well, especially in LA.
Mix at a rave or something right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't mind me. It was my internet. I'm trying, guys.
You're good, man. You're good.
Is there still a lag? Do I sound like a robot?
Sounds like Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
How about now?
Oh, that's a little bit better.
Oh,
Domo.
good. Okay. All right. Just making sure.
Well,
I've been having terrible internet for God knows how long.
All that snow.
I don't know how to fix it. I refreshed it, and if I don't. I don't.
well,
That's better. Everything's fine now. Everything's back to normal.
a little bit better. Just still that lag though, but you're good.
Let's see here. No. All right, Melissa, show us off what you got going on there, darling.
So this is my shop mascot. His name's Nicola. Nice little cephalopod. And Grumpy
Am I
Fish.
good? I'm good. There's nothing I can do but wait. And pray it gets better.
Oh,
Switcher.
it gets better. It gets worse. You know, it's one of those kind of days.
What are you gonna choose some colors there?
At some point, yeah. Trying to get those little suction cups in there and get his finalized line work going. I don't know. I don't think
You
he'll
know
be a
what,
sticker.
guys? I'm just trying my best, okay?
Oh man, this is awesome.
Right.
So I guess we could carry on. You're talking about some colors.
Yeah, at some point I'm gonna actually like change up his colors and stuff because you know they're kind of chameleons. But seeing as I haven't really done a whole lot with him, I'm kind of trying to get his normal colors kind of situated in people's heads.
Mhm.
And then I'll start playing with you know, giving him tattoos here and there, depending on the imagery that I'm going for.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty crazy. I guess apparently they're saying that they have like each tentacle has its own brain kind of deal. Like it functions all on its own even.
I've seen videos of octopus sleeping and they like change color as they're sleeping. It's cool.
That's incredible.
And they're super, super smart.
Yeah. They're like little aliens, you know what I mean?
Yep. And it's funny because my shop is nowhere near the ocean. We're like an hour or so out, but it's my last name that that does it because yeah. It's
Yeah.
fitting, very fitting. In fact,
Sync.
most people Yeah, most people don't even realize that it's my last name. When it comes to the shop name, they're like, "Oh, that's your last name? That's really cool." Like,
Yeah.
wow, the first time this last name's actually had props.
There you go. Right on, man. I'm just doodling, trying not to mess with this little face. Thought I'd do like this little moth kind of face thing in the middle of the body. His head in the middle of the body, but it looks like I'm running out of room on the paper already. And I went to go pinch.
We get used to
That's
we
exactly
get
what I
used
was
to
gonna
changing
say.
the canvas size and stuff.
Yeah. I was just getting ready to go pinch and zoom. I was like, wait, I can't. I forgot.
Right.
Stupid analog.
I've done that so many times.
Dude, even on paintings, like yesterday when you were talking about the painting you're working on, like I've literally smudged areas of my painting because I'm like, oh shit, I just tried to pinch and zoom my painting. What kind of crap? What kind of crap is that, man? Jeez.
I've done that with clients' skin. Like, hold on, let me.
Yeah.
You tap the corner of your sketchbook trying to change your pencil.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. And it doesn't take that long either because I haven't really been messing with Procreate for very long. You know what I mean? So it's like it gets ingrained like super fast. Like, what the fuck? What the heck, man?
I have not gotten to that
And
point
muscle
yet.
memory.
Yeah, exactly, dude. At
I
least
hate-
being creative, I suppose.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just joking about at least it's creative. It's a creative problem, I suppose.
I made it back from the abyss.
Yeah, there you are.
Did you get snowed in?
Yeah, I just switched to my Wi-Fi to see if this will help. Maybe, I don't know. That's the best I can do.
Thanks for trying, man. That's
We have like
awesome.
an IT apartment.
Right.
I'm trying.
We were
So
just
what did
talking
I
about
miss? What are we?
pinching and zooming on like pictures. You know what I mean? Like I was saying that I'm doing this sketch and I already ran out of room for it. And I'm like, oh crap, I can't change the canvas or anything like that. And we were all joking around about how many times we've either pinch and zoomed on a client's skin or on a painting or something like that. So it's some of those
Oh
things.
yeah, I've done that on client skin before, for sure.
That's crazy. I've never done it on the skin. I've definitely done it on paintings. So,
They look
Yeah,
at you like, what are you
yeah,
doing,
kinda
pinching me?
Yeah,
yeah.
they're like, what? And I'm like, what?
Yeah. What?
Akin to
How
that,
much is
I'm
a
pretty
piece
sure
of
some of you
string? I don't know.
when you go to hit your foot switch, your foot pedal to get your machine
Oh,
going, your
yep.
trash can lid flips open.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's pretty good,
Yeah.
dude. I love it.
I got rid of my
Yeah.
foot pedal a long time ago.
Oh, that's such a good one.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. And that's the funniest part is that I still go to step on it too. Still to this, and I haven't been using a foot switch for like, I don't know, 3 years. And it's like, dude, man, I still step on it, dude.
I have not switched to wireless yet, but I have gotten rid of my foot pedal.
And every once in a while, I'll even flick my wrist, like the old, like, the coil machines used to try to get them tuned in to where they'd be kind of softer for the black and gray and stuff. And you have to flick it to get that kickstart and stuff. And like, I still flick it every once in a while too. I'm like, what the frick am I doing? Oh my gosh. Pinching people's skin, flicking my wrist for no reason.
Oh, yeah. I put the like my aftercare ointment, the whatchamacallit, the ointment they use to tattoo with, or what do you use, and throw the entire container in the trash instead of putting it on your counter.
I'm pretty sure I've thrown away tattoo machines before
Yep, I did too. Recently, even.
without realizing it. And then, didn't I used to have one of these machines? Where the hell is it?
Yep,
Yesterday's trash.
there it is. And you're like, oh, thank God the dump guy hasn't come yet.
Oh my god, you go digging for it?
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, yep.
I remember when you had told us that you, Ricardo, that you threw away your remote controller in the trash once.
Yep. I've thrown away my remote control. I found it in the fridge before.
You
It's
just
like
get in the zone.
it's like in the fridge, dude, for real. Like, what the heck? Let's see. Yeah, I've thrown it away. I've dug it out of the fridge before. Of course it's been in the couch and stuff like that as well. You know what I mean?
When I lived with my brother, I found a package of bacon in the cupboard.
Yep.
Get a
Oh my
Oh.
god, that's amazing.
Oh no.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Like, fast food, dude.
plate.
It kind of reminds me of our 18-year-old. Like, I'll ask him to put something away and he'll put something that is shelf stable in the fridge. And I'm like, what are you doing? Or he'll put something that should be in the fridge in the cupboard. And I'm like, no. This is refrigerated.
When I moved back here to Massachusetts, I stayed with my sister for a little while till I found my own place. And I went and got like stuff to make for sandwiches for lunch and stuff, and got a jar of mayonnaise, and I put it in the fridge. She freaked out. She's like, "You're supposed to refrigerate that after you open it." And I said, "Yeah, but it doesn't hurt it if you refrigerate it before you open it." And she couldn't wrap her head around that. Like, it doesn't matter if it's been opened or not. It can go in the fridge now.
Right. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, man, but every time I see somebody eat something that is like 4, 6, 8 months past the expiration date,
Oh, nope.
what are you doing, dude?
Oh,
They're like, it's fine. It's fine. I'm like, no. Like I get hesitant on like even, 2 or 3 days, man. I'm like, oh. So I'm the same way, dude. I put that stuff in the fridge.
Yeah.
Even when I think about opening it. Oreo cookies are in the fridge, everything,
Oh, nope.
I don't
Wait,
put my
Oreo cookies in the fridge? What?
Yeah. You ever put them in the freezer before? They're fucking amazing.
Now that's different. That's
wouldn't they be
changing.
rock
That's
solid?
Well, it's like little bits of ice cream and stuff,
right. It's more like cookies and cream versus Oreo.
Yeah, exactly.
Grapes are really good frozen too.
Oh yeah, dude, those are killer, man.
I haven't tried that.
Blueberries.
Oh, dude. Yeah, almost any fruit, bananas, all of it, dude. And like the best part is, I don't know if you guys have ever had those cotton candy grapes. Those things are amazing. Taste like
Yes.
cotton candy.
They're so good.
They're so amazing, and like they're definitely good in the freezer.
Yeah, I've
Anybody
tried
have
to
any?
be healthier,
Oh yeah.
but I'm
How's it
guilty
going?
of late night snacking. I've definitely woken up the next morning with gummy bears stuck to my dreadlocks.
That's awesome, dude.
Decor,
That's awesome, man. You want a gummy bear? They've been in my pocket all day. They're nice and warm. Yeah, dude, it's hard, man. Yeah, you're my hero. It's difficult eating healthy, dude. It really is, especially on like with a tattoo artist kind of schedule, and a lot of people not wanting to take too many breaks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It makes it pretty difficult to kind of stay on track with that stuff.
Man, this guy Brian that I work with, I just feel ashamed every day because he got his time set aside for eating, and he eats a good like healthy meal with vegetable and starch and a protein. And
Yeah.
man, like, why am I such a POS? I'm like slamming a slice of pizza in my face.
Right. And then like as you're walking back to the station and stuff too,
Yep.
Don't worry, but I'm gonna wash my hands real quick too.
I noticed for
Oh, yeah.
me, it got to the point where food, it wasn't so much about the appearance that bothered me. putting on weight, it bothered me that I felt lazy and lethargic and less creative.
Exactly. Yeah, man, you are what you eat, right? That's what they say, and it's almost true, dude. It's like it catches up with you for sure.
Yeah, I've
If I,
reached a point where I hated myself.
Yeah,
It's time for
it's a vicious cycle.
I finally got on a exercise program, and that has been amazing for energy and creativity.
Yes.
I wake up,
Yeah.
I'm fired up. I'm ready to like start drawing.
Yep.
Crazy how quickly it happens too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
talk about that quite a bit, man. I agree with you completely. Like I wake up at, I wake up pretty early in the morning to go to the gym every day, and it works out really well, dude. Having the energy and stuff like that. It's hard. It's hard at first. Like I've been doing it for a few years now, so it's kind of like it's part of the daily routine now. And when you don't do it, your day just feels off more than anything else, rather than it being difficult. You know what I mean? So I agree with you completely. Like it's good to feel, not even just because of like any other benefit besides just feeling healthier and feeling like more alert and
Yeah.
like productive. You know what I mean? So I agree with you completely. And eating is definitely part of it.
For me,
I'm jealous.
Mhm.
My doctor told me not to do the gym.
Really?
Yep, because of COVID.
Wow.
oh
Because of
yeah,
COVID?
Don't do it.
Because of
I
Like,
do.
COVID, huh?
wow, that's great. Thanks.
Yeah.
So what?
Uh,
I do private sessions. One of my clients owns a boxing gym, and for me, I can't
nice.
go to a regular gym where everyone can just go whenever. It's too much chaos for me.
Mm-hmm.
So we do private sessions around like 9 or 9:30 in the morning. I do that. He's got a shower there, a shower up, and it's 15 minutes from the shop. So I just go from there right to the tattoo shop.
Nice.
So it works out, really well, and it gets me out the door a lot, earlier.
Yeah.
I hate this wing.
Yeah, I always feel that when you go like a day or two after going for so long, that I just get like way too much energy at the end of the day that I have not expressed out. So I just like I feel like I get zoomies almost. I guess. All right, so
Yeah,
I
it's
officially switched to my iPad, so hopefully we won't have any more of my robot voice for the remainder.
This part sounds
about
good.
time. I was starting to get used to it though, Kier. I was starting to get used to it, Kier.
Yeah, that's the funny part is I can't hear myself sound like that. Only you guys
Yeah.
can. So you know what?
Yeah.
It's a little treat for you guys. All right. Happy birthday.
All right. All right. Hey.
Congratulations. A good chuckle to start your day.
That's a good one.
But what does everybody have planned for the rest of their day today? And all that fun stuff.
You know what?
Nice.
Today, I actually have a piece that I'm going to be doing a memorial on this lady that I know. Her husband passed away late last year, kind of suddenly, so it's pretty crazy. It's always one of those things that is incredible to me whenever us as tattoo artists get to be a part of something that memorable for somebody, you know. So I'm pretty excited about it because I knew him and I know her pretty well. And he loved tools, so we're gonna kind of throw some lettering together for her and put one of the tool images together with it. So that'll be a pretty unique experience
Nice.
for me, especially starting out at the beginning of this year. It's unfortunate, but it's pretty cool that you get to be a part of that somebody's story.
Sure.
You say he loved Tool, the band?
Yeah, he loved Tool. Yeah,
That's awesome. I'm a
yeah,
huge Tool fan.
I agree. Likewise, man. That's actually one of the things that him and I got along with. Like, it was always funny because we would go out in groups. Like, I don't know, my ex-wife and we would go out with her and her husband and a bunch of other people, and it'd always be like, we always kind of end up migrating together, talking about Tool and like video games and art and stuff like that. So it's pretty fun. It'll be a unique experience, and what a way to start out the new year too. It's to be the Well, naturally, the second tattoo of the new year. So pretty crazy.
Right. I'm looking forward to seeing it. That should be cool.
Right on, man. I'll put it out there.
I did a portrait of Maynard I created in Procreate and then tattooed on the back of a guy's calf.
Nice.
That was pretty fun. It was like I took two separate images off Procreate and combined them into one, and then
Nice.
took their logo and like did like the logo down the center to split the two images.
Sweet. It's radical. Yeah, I've always been influenced by those guys for a long time.
Yeah,
When I
me
was,
too.
I think I was in junior high, and I actually
Yeah.
had that first album on tape cassette. You know what I mean?
Early 90s.
Tape
Yeah,
cassette.
dude. Tape
Yeah.
cassette, yeah, dude. And that thing would, you just let it play, and it's just all the crickets for like what, 15, 20 minutes or something like that. And then there's all that spoken word poetry and stuff. It's like, woof, I'm in love. Yeah,
You
seriously,
said a
man.
tape cassette. But they
A
don't
tape
even make
cassette.
those anymore.
You know what's crazy? A lot of people that I tattoo, their children are starting to come in. They're turning 18, 19 years old now, and I'm starting to tattoo them. And it's wild to me because I met their parents when they were like young and crazy. You know what I mean? So I'm tattooing them, and then they're like walking down the street to the record shop and buying CDs. They're like, "Look at this CD." They're like talking about it like a record, and I was like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like, come on, man. It's a CD for crying out loud. It's no big deal. But they love it. It's like a record.
Can't relate.
Not at
I
all.
find it really amusing in our household because my guy, hubby, is 17 years on me. And I'm right in between him and his son as far as age.
Yeah.
So like when I'm actually able to stump the kid, it's great. Like I told him Betty White passed away the other day. He's like, "Who's Betty White?" I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
Yeah.
Oh
Go to your
my
room.
God.
I'm like,
Go
"Oh
to
my
your
gosh,
room.
how?"
Yeah.
But like but my hubby will do this to me all the time. I'm like, seriously? You were not that much, and I'm kind of one of those people that I kind of span different generations. Like I enjoy the older stuff. I enjoy the stuff that was during my time, and I enjoy some of the newer stuff.
Some within yourself, right? Exactly.
Yeah. Like my clients will come in and I have an 80-year-old that I tattoo once a month and he'll start singing along the stuff. And then I'll get a fresh 18-year-old that starts singing along the stuff. So I'm super diverse when it comes to like culture and music and that kind of thing. So it's kind of bizarre when I get stumped. But that reminds me of the dynamic here at our house.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm always the one asking everybody what stuff is, so I can't relate. I'm lost there. Especially in my shop when they all start talking about stuff that I have no idea, like Walkmans. What?
Oh my God, dude, don't tell me you don't know what a Walkman is. You kidding me? Oh man. That was like my salvation as a little 11-year-old dude. You know what I mean? That was like Walkmans were my salvation, dude. Like go to a room, lock yourself in, put the same Guns N' Roses album in, and just draw all day and just listen to it on repeat.
I remember thinking the height of technology was when you had the little cassette with a plug that you plugged into your CD player, so you could play your CDs in your car. You'd put the
Yeah,
cassette.
dude.
Dude,
Right.
I'm getting that. I'm like, that's it. We made it. Like, we're never gonna.
It'll never get better than this. You're like, that's all we need. We have the
Yeah.
best sound ever, and now we have a way of listening to it like automated in our car. Yeah, dude.
Wait,
was-
so explain this to me. The Walkman is.
Oh
was
my
it like-
God.
Was it?
You take a couple packs of cigarettes and you stack them on top of each other, and it's about that big. and then you can open it and close it. And some of the fancy ones had like little lock latches on it, so the tape wouldn't go flying out while you're walking around it. And it would play the tape over and over and over again.
Oh, so it's just a cassette player? That's it?
Yeah, pretty much. And then the best part is that you had to have the right tools on you just in case your Walkman, like, shit on you one day and it ate your tape up. You have to carry around a pencil. That way you can stick it in one of the holes and like spin it the fuck around and get your tape back in the cassette.
Wait, so your Walkman would freak out on you?
Yeah, sometimes your Walkman wanted to run and it wasn't a fucking very fun Walkman anymore. It's a Runman. So you have to go and catch it,
Okay,
Yeah.
here's my next one. Pagers.
Oh, pagers, dude.
I never understood pagers.
They were around for a hot minute. They were like
Yeah.
huge for like real quick, dude, and they burned out so fast.
Yeah.
So fast.
Oh,
I
they were
covered
like super
88.
popular?
Pagers are pretty much what the iPod was to the iPhone. You know what I mean? Like the iPod was around for a hot minute. That shit was unbelievable. And then all of a sudden you're like, why do I need that? I can just listen to it on my phone. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
Oh, I like
those
it.
albums. But the pager was pretty much you let somebody know you wanted to talk to them. It was basically like what was it, like a digital voicemail without the voicemail. So you could call somebody back from a payphone.
Yeah, but couldn't you only put like numbers there?
You could, and then the tech got up to where you could put in a small message. So it was like the beginning of texting, basically.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is
And that's
crazy.
when they had payphones.
Which is crazy because supposedly the military has had cell phone technology for I think 20 years before we had our hands on it the way we do now. Supposedly.
I don't know what episode it is, but watching the Andy Griffith show. So back in the 60s, they had car phones at least.
Yeah.
You couldn't go there and walk around with it, but
yeah, and the Jeeps and stuff, right?
yeah, in this particular episode, I don't know, it was some rich guy, his car broke down and the friggin' mechanic guy had to go pick it up, and there was a phone in there in the center of the car.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The aliens, dude. They gave us microwaves and cell phones.
Aliens and Nikola Tesla.
There you go.
Took all of his ideas and then got rid of them.
Yep. And there was also that lady, what's her name? Headley? I can't remember her name, but she they used to make fun of her in a lot of Mel Brooks movies, but because I guess they considered her going crazy, right? But like she was the one that kind of came up with Bluetooth technology and stuff too. She's some actress. I can't remember her name. Lamar. Hedy Lamar, yeah. Came up with Bluetooth tech. She helped the military actually develop the technology for, what was it, the submarine like missiles or whatever they call it.
Yeah, and her era, that was what, 30s and 40s, right?
Yeah.
She was
right along with Tesla, man. Like they were just innovators, dude. And I don't know, maybe they tapped into something that's just been around for a long time. You know what I mean? Tesla definitely talked about that.
Wait, hold on. If since like technology is the way that it is, and you guys are saying that the Walkman was like the thing, what is going to be the thing in like 20 years from now when I have to tell these stories?
Right.
exactly. There's gonna be a thing for you. People are like, you used to use touchscreens? That's so weird. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I talked to my kids about that when they first started introducing laptops and everything like that for everybody. And then they started introducing, the iPads and stuff like that for all the kids in school and stuff, man. And I'm like, just imagine, dude, whenever your kids are going to school, they're gonna blow your mind to see shit like this, man. Like, I don't know, what is it? Apple now, they're trying to come out with the Apple glasses. I think we talked about this a while back where prescriptions as far as eyeglasses are going to be a thing of the past because the glasses will adjust to your eyesight. You know what I mean? It's incredible.
It's just like you're gonna be looked at funny for speaking to your speaker instead. Well, why didn't you just think it?
Right,
Well,
exactly.
Look up Neuralink. It's one of Elon Musk's other companies.
Yep.
It's an implant that goes in. They've already gone through animal testing. It's now into human testing, and it's amazing. It's a device interface that you just think it, and it, you interact with your devices. They've got a chimpanzee playing a video game with his mind.
Oh my gosh,
Insane.
that's incredible.
And in human testing, they used it on someone with severe Parkinson's, and they kind of gave it a little like power surge, and it got
Yep.
rid of all of his symptoms. He stopped
Yep.
shaking. He'd be able to speak clearly. So, I mean, it's here. It's already here. They're just in the process of developing it.
Making it affordable. How are they going to sell it? How are they going
Right.
to patent it? Stuff like that. Yeah.
Right.
The important things, not the whole humanity part where it can help us, but
Right.
the important things like trademarks and logos and such. So
Commercializing it.
Well,
yeah,
here's
exactly.
if you really think about it, when you're developing something new, you can't
Yeah.
instantly put it out for people that can't afford it. You need that money in to pay for
Yeah.
the research and development. So sure, you're going to only have access to rich people. Rich people are only going to have access first, but they
Right.
take that money, and that's when they scale it and they make it to where everyone can have it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I understand like we live in that reality and stuff like that, but that's also the same reality that kind of inhibits a lot of like major progress sometimes for us as a whole. I think, you know what I mean? This
Yeah.
commercialism and stuff like that. Like, man, commercials are definitely what's selling out our culture. It's destroying our culture, not selling out, but it's definitely commercials definitely can be a destructive property, and as far as like us as a connected unit, I think anyway. But you're right, man. It'll be awesome to be able to have something like that for people that have limited abilities as far as their life, that goes. Like they can just be as quote unquote normal as everybody else, right? Like being able to walk normally and function normally as far as the way the world's designed around us, Pretty incredible, dude.
Alzheimer's, it can help with ALS, like just all kinds of major, diseases that we have no cure for.
Sign me up.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I think it's incredible. And like there's a lot of people that have problems with the idea of, you being hooked up to some kind of electronics and stuff like that, man. But it's like, dude, if it benefits your life for the better, what's the problem, man? Like seriously. Because I mean, a lot of people don't understand what it's like to live in that kind of scenario to begin with.
Before trains were a thing, there was a big public uproar because they said humans can't go that fast. They'll actually get crushed.
Yeah.
It's silly now. You look back, I'm like, really a train? Like,
Yeah.
But when things like this first come out, there's always a pushback. And then once they it and see that it's a benefit for everyone, then they're like, all right, we'll give this thing a try.
But pretty soon people are going to be like, what? You didn't change and edit the genetics of your baby? How barbaric are you?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't want to be a part of that.
It's
I mean, we already are. It's just an extension of what's going on, right? I mean,
that's exactly it, Gabe. You're right. Like we've started administering, shots to help us keep away from measles and mumps and stuff like that. So that's already changing us drastically as it is. It's already perpetuating our life in like what, 4 generations, longer life, longer life periods and stuff like that, and more population.
I mean, CRISPR is pretty nuts. That's the the ability to adjust the genetics of cells. As a programmer guy, that's like, holy shit, it literally is like programming fucking genetics. Like, I mean, it's pretty complicated. It's not quite as simple, but it's actually, well, clearly it's being done.
Yeah.
I would love for my body not to attack itself. I'll tell you that.
That'd be great, Melissa. That's awesome.
Right.
I didn't know that you had ALS.
Not ALS. Rheumatoid arthritis.
Oh, that sucks.
When I started tattooing, I was already partially fused in both wrists. I tattooed a little different. Yep.
Compensating for that.
I'm actually kind of blessed in the sense that it was done before I learned to tattoo, so I didn't have to relearn it.
Yeah.
But for that reason, I can't run coils anymore. Not at all.
Man, I ran coils long enough. I can't run those things anymore either.
I ran them for about
Shake.
2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the next question for the open floor for all you senior artists.
Seasoned artists is what you're trying to say.
When's the last time you all touched coils?
Oh.
years. I did a 2-hour piece and it about killed me. And prior to that, it was probably 4, 5 years. Yeah,
Yeah, I
been
think-
about 5 years.
I think mine was 2013, 2012.
On a regular basis, it's probably been about 5 or 6 years for me, but occasionally I'll pull them out. A good example was a guy that worked our front desk, and he wanted a traditional tattoo on his ribs, and I said, well, I got to pull up the cameras for that. And that was really the only reason I did that. Yeah, rotaries are way too good to be messing around with coils anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did it feel weird to pull out the coils again
No.
after so long? No.
It's like riding a bike, just a heavier bike. A heavier bike.
Like pushing a piano up a hill, right?
With a rope.
So it's like having a motorcycle compared to like a Vespa, an electric Vespa.
It's like a cord phone in the wall instead of a cordless cell phone touchscreen.
Yeah. Almost
Hey,
literally,
I had
man.
those. I know what that is. That's a landline.
Oh my fucking god. Very good. Ding ding ding.
And that's only because my dad has had one since like 2 years ago. Now, at least I got that one over the kids. And a VCR player. I had one of those.
Yeah, those things are, didn't they pretty much consider them obsolete not that long ago? They're like, yeah, we're not making any more VHSs. We're not making VH or VCRs anymore or something like that. I can't remember. Somebody said something about that.
Even DVDs are now a thing of the past almost.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I've had this big collection of Blu-rays and DVDs, man. They've just been taking up so much space. So I sold them off not that long ago. And the amount of money I put into all that collection and versus what I got out was like, oh man, just silly. Like, you guys, you're killing me here, for real. Man, thousands of dollars, and here's $180. Thanks a lot. Cool. Oh,
Did
good,
y'all
right?
have like my dad had like one of them trapper keepers to put all of his like DVDs and CDs in, like the laminated thing that you slide, and he even kept one in his car. So I got that at least, maybe.
It is definitely kind of crazy to think that Netflix got into this via like DVDs and mailing shit around, huh?
Yeah,
Right.
dude, totally.
Talk about an
exactly it.
evolution of ability to change with the times.
Yep, I remember getting a DVD from Netflix, and you had to put it into whatever viewing device you're using. Like, I think at the time I was using a Wii, and you had to download some stuff off the DVD, and then like you got the app or something like that, and then you watched the movies streaming through it. But like, dude, the movies were terrible. They're all B films, D films, even. You've like never heard of these titles before in your life, and it was just a bunch of stuff. Just a bunch of crap that was on the streaming network at the time. And that wasn't even that long ago, man. That was in what, like 2008, 2009 or so. It's just
I
taking off
remember
since then.
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The mom and pop
Remember.
video stores.
Do you remember beta tapes before VHS was a thing? Well, at the same time, you had the beta and VHS competing.
And beta technically superior, without a doubt. Clearly, just
Wait,
a sad market story.
There wasn't just VCRs. There was something else.
Yeah.
Not just VHS.
You had to make your choice. It was like choosing between Android and iPhone. You're either a beta or a VHS person.
Yeah, very similar, actually. One was clearly superior, but had way less of a market share.
Yeah.
actually
actually did not know that.
worked for a grocery company for a while where I helped in the video department.
So you were living, what was it? It was a Clerks. Is that the
Yeah.
video
dude.
store and convenience store combo?
Yep.
No, it was actually like a full-on grocery store. It was just a small town, so they had an entire area that was like lotto and video.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple of them like that here in Illinois as well.
Yep.
There's its own like sometimes you'll have little bank divisions inside of a grocery store or something like that even. But it's kind of
Yeah.
like similar to that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Blockbuster was definitely like the one that started shutting down all the mom and pop video stores too, you know? Because you'd always have to be sitting there at the mom and pops waiting in line for somebody to drop off the movie you're wanting to see because they had like one or two copies of it, you know? And then Blockbuster came around. It's like they have like 50 of the same movie. Oh my God.
Right.
I think there's actually a documentary on Netflix about that too.
Yeah, probably. And then Netflix came along and gobbled them up, and it was like, oh look, the medium-sized guy is getting gobbled up by the big guy.
Yep. Well, and then there was that challenge. Well, I mean, there was that lawsuit, I think, with like, you know, the red box places and then Blockbuster as well with Netflix, I think, where they had to allow them so many days or so many weeks to be able to rent out the movie before they would stream it and stuff too. That's pretty crazy.
Can't relate.
It's unfortunate when art gets to the point where the law needs to be, you know, involved. But when you're dealing with, you know, that kind of organized, coordinated effort to create something, it's amazing that any movie fucking even it really works at all. There's so many people that have to work together to make something happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
You got-
totally, man.
Just real quick, I gotta get going. My phone's blowing up, so I gotta see what this is all about. Thanks for having me on the show, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Take it easy, Lou.
see you. Thank you
Awesome,
so
man.
much, Lou.
Thanks for
Good day.
zooming in.
All right.
Later, man.
Wait, do you want to show off your what you've been working on first?
Sure. Hold on. Let me see if I can figure this out.
Here, could you blast him on the?
I cannot spotlight him, so
Oh.
Google
Wonder if I
Chrome
can.
will not let me.
Lame.
Should be there.
Because I wonder if I could do it from here.
No worries. Show us what you
Spotlight
got,
for
Lou.
everyone. Hey, look at that. I think I did.
Here we go. Let me see. I can't see my camera. So just trying to fill in this space on the back of somebody's arm, the little Saint Gabriel. So we're kind of working up a rough sketch right now. I'm trying to see how it's gonna transition around the other tattoos. So
Awesome.
this might get completely erased and redrawn, but I'm gonna work this up for a while.
Sweet.
Radical.
Okay. I'll see you guys out there, and have a good one.
Have
Take it
fun.
easy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get going too.
No worries. We
Yeah.
will have this be we lasted an hour and a half. That was fun. This was great. So let's go around the room and say our chows. Go ahead, Carter.
Okay, so I need to spotlight, right? I'm spotlighting.
Yes, please, Gabe. Can you please
Okay.
just spotlight
Spotlight.
down the list here?
Ricardo,
Ooh.
you're spotlighted.
That dude looks rough. Who is that guy? I don't even know who that guy is. My name is Ricardo Sturdivant. I host Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern time, a drawing group. If you guys want to join in, come on in. I think we're going to be covering some new subject matter this month. And I'll be joining in with Guy Atchison tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time. If you guys want to get a hold of me, you can always reach me at Candor Tattoo. That's CANDOR Tattoo on Instagram. Just hit me up. Let me know if there's anything you want to talk about. Today was fun, just kind of hanging out and talking about all the old days stuff. It's always a good time. But yeah, thank you everybody, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, bud.
Ricardo,
Peace out, guys. Have a good day.
Peace out.
you too, sir.
Too.
All right, Melissa.
Hey everybody, Melissa Sink here. You can find me on Instagram at MC_MISSA. I'm located out in Staten, Oregon. Right now I'm just playing around with this mascot drawing and having some fun. Thanks for having me, guys.
Melissa, what was your Instagram again?
MAC_MISSA.
Got it. I'm already following you. Cool. Just want to make sure.
Right on. What's the?
I'm
What's
Dreadful Tattoos.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Awesome.
let's put the spotlight on you, and you want to.
All right, Vincent, you let us know where you're from, where you're tattooing out of, and how people can find you.
Sure. I'm Vincent Vickers, otherwise known as the Dreadful. It's Dreadful Tattoos on Instagram, Facebook, or Vincent Vickers on Facebook. I tattoo out of Interstate Ink in Los Angeles, California. And I'm working on this painting, and it's acrylics, and I'm getting frustrated. I'm not a painter, so I'm learning. But I really would like to switch to oil. And if anybody has some oil tips, because I feel like it would be a lot easier to work with, because this is drying up really fast. So I've heard that the oil's better, but it's also really expensive from what I see. So any tips, any advice, I appreciate that.
Oh my God, I have a laundry list of tips for you.
Cool.
Yeah,
Tons of
so
advice.
we can make that a topic of discussion on next week for sure. I'll write that down. And Ricardo is an oil painter, and he has many tips on that side. I can
Okay.
help you with tips on making your acrylics last longer. And
Okay.
Melissa is well rounded in both of them. So
And I could point you to a couple of replays for let's see, Nico Hurtado's got an intro to oils. It's like a sphere, or I don't know, it's like a real cool, like just basically a demo on how to get a hold of the medium. I
Okay.
believe Sean Barber's got a skull, and oh no, I forgot her name. She did an awesome donut. Well, like I said, that's what I could add to next week's painting.
topic of discussion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Well,
Awesome.
thank you for
Thank you.
asking that question. We'll definitely touch base on that next week and make sure everybody knows that we're going to be talking about painting. All right. I guess I will get spotlighted on this, and we will.
Christina
close
Ramos.
this
I
out.
remembered. I didn't even look it up. I remembered. Christina's awesome. Christina Ramos. Look her up.
Perfect. All right. So this is this. That was that.
So I guess I have to figure out how to take over the reclaim host. So I could now end the call. Clues. So if you want to wave at the camera and say hi,
Perfect.
then,
Goodbye,
I'll click the button.
everybody.
And we'll
Bye.
be on again at 11 o'clock for the Monday's Tattoo Weekly.